One of my favorite lines in King Arthur is, "Hold the crown and hold it steady." Welcome back to Mastering the Mindset Shifts. I am your host, Coach Steph. This podcast is where faith meets focus and the military mindset meets Mamba mentality. And we're stepping into self-discipline and faith. Today's conversation is about something simple but powerful: the daily choice to hold the line. Even when feelings fade, motivation dries up, or fear creeps in. Let's get into it. Okay, I told you that one of my favorite movies, I like military movies, but I also like military movies that are set in, armor century. That's how I call it. Historical armor century. I like the ball gowns. I like the militants that are in armor. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just like those kind of movies. But family, here's the truth. Self-discipline isn't about being strong all the time, like in these movies, but being strong when it's needed. It's about making your spirit stronger than your circumstances, right? When I think about discipline, I think about two things. I think about the military mindset, of course, training our bodies and our minds until showing up becomes who we are and not just what we do. And then there's the faith mindset, when it's trusting that when my strength runs out, God's grace keeps me standing, because I need to be able to stand. And all you do, stand. Say, discipline is what keeps you praying when you're tired. It's what makes you say no to distractions and yes to your mission. It's waking up early, even when your flesh says, yo, I need about 4 more minutes of sleep. It's keeping your word to God, to others, and to yourself. Have you ever made a promise to yourself and then you broke it? Yeah. We got to get out of that. And here's the kicker. True self-discipline doesn't start with punishment or shame. It starts with the love. Love for God. Love for the version of you or the vision He put in you about you. Love for the people who be blessed by your obedience. Imagine being in a place of disobedience and that hinders someone else's growth. You were set out to create something, and because you did not create it, the next person that it was supposed to bless was not blessed. I don't know how to explain it any deeper than that. But sometimes the trials that we go through, think about it when you read a book. That person's memoir, they're telling you about their memoir and you're learning lessons from it. That's kind of the same thing about being obedient and just telling your story or your testimony or doing something that you know you've been called to do, but you're procrastinating on it. And again, it's not about shame, but it's about loving yourself enough to get it done. Discipline isn't about perfection. It's about consistency. It's the daily yes that adds up to a lifetime of impact. So this week, I want you to pick one discipline to lean into. Maybe it's rising earlier for prayer. Maybe it's journaling daily. Maybe it's controlling your words when triggered. I mean, that mouth, baby, the mouth. So each morning, you're going to name your discipline out loud. So for instance, you'll say like, today, I choose to watch my words wisely. And then midday, you do a check-in and you'll pause and you'll breathe and you'll ask, am I still holding the line? And then at the end of the day, you'll say, did I keep my word? Why or why not? And then remember, the goal isn't shame, it's clarity. You're training your spirit to lead your flesh and not the other way around. So if you pull out your Bible with me for a second and let's go to our blueprint. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. A sound mind is a disciplined mind. We don't discipline ourselves to earn God's love. We do it because we already have it. We already have His love. And His Spirit gives us the strength to do what we can't do alone. At the end of the day, I want you to come back, when you're winding down. And I want you to say to yourself, where did I keep my word? Where did I struggle? What helped me to keep the line? Our declaration today is going to be simple. I am disciplined, not by my strength alone, but by God's Spirit in me. I choose consistency over comfort, and my faith leads my flesh with no excuses. Family, just remember this. Discipline isn't a punishment. It's a gift that frees us to live fully. Let's walk it out this week together. I'm Coach Steph, and this is Self-Discipline and Faith. Keep your mind sharp, keep your spirit humble, and your heart anchored in Him. And I'll see you next week because we got more work to do. All right, Coach Steph out.